40 and far from done. How to reignite, rebuild, and reclaim your fire at 40.
Introduction. Welcome to the new frontier. Congratulations, you made it to 40. You may have back pain from sneezing too hard and be Googling knee noises, but guess what? You're not done. You're just getting started. This book is your hilariously honest survival guide to midlife, the messy, meaningful, magnificent middle. Chapter 1. The "Is This It" moment? You wake up on your 40th birthday expecting a brass band, fireworks, or at least a meaningful existential breakthrough. Instead, you get a sore neck, a calendar reminder to get your prostate checked, and a creeping feeling that you've somehow missed the memo on life. Welcome to the infamous "Is This It" moment. It hits differently at 40. In your 20s, you're fueled by dreams, debt, and discount vodka. Your 30s are the hustle years. Build a career, a family, a mortgage. But then 40 strolls in wearing dad jeans and holding a mirror to your life, and you're not quite sure what you're seeing. Let's get something straight. This feeling doesn't mean you failed. It means you're awake. The great middle. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Midlife isn't a crisis. It's a checkpoint. A weirdly emotional, occasionally cringy checkpoint where you stop, look around, and ask, am I still headed in the right direction? That question isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of growth, of intelligence, of finally realizing that climbing someone else's ladder might not get you to where you want to be. The comparison trap. Social media is a hellscape for 40-year-olds. Every scroll bombards you with vacation selfies, abs at 45, and 30-something influencers giving productivity advice while sipping matcha on a yacht. Reminder, most of that is curated nonsense. Instead of comparing, try evaluating. What's working in your life? What's not? What do you want more of, less of? It's not too late. It's never too late. Reframing "Is this it?" Instead of hearing "Is this it?" as despair, hear it as curiosity. It's a question that opens doors. Is this job still fulfilling? Is this relationship nourishing? Is this version of myself the one I want to keep evolving? This chapter isn't about fixing your life in one fell swoop. It's about giving yourself permission to question it, without judgment, without shame, and without spiraling into a man cave of self-loathing. Action steps. Yes, you have homework. Write down 3 things you're proud of, right now. Don't overthink it. Make a list of stuff you want to try, revisit, or just dabble in. It can be anything from pottery to piloting. Talk to another guy who's 40 plus. Ask him what changed for him. You'll be surprised how common your feelings are. Remember, this moment of doubt is really an invitation, not to panic, but to pivot, not to regret, but to reflect. You're not at the end of something, you're on the edge of a new beginning. Spoiler, it's gonna get good.
Chapter 2. Metabolism, my old enemy. At 25, you could inhale a triple cheeseburger, wash it down with a milkshake, and still bounce out of bed like a golden retriever. At 40, you eat a croissant and wake up 3 pounds heavier and mysteriously more tired. Welcome to the metabolic betrayal. Your body didn't betray you exactly. Here's the thing. Your metabolism hasn't turned on you out of spite. It's just doing what nature programmed it to do. Slow the hell down. Muscle mass decreases. Hormone levels shift, and your body becomes very efficient at storing fat for a famine that's never coming. But it's not hopeless. You don't have to live on kale chips and tears. You just need a smarter, more sustainable strategy. The dad bod truth bomb. First of all, having a dad bod isn't a crime. It's a badge of life experience. But if you don't feel good in your skin, whether it's energy, strength, or confidence, this chapter is about working with your body instead of waging war on it. Step 1. Prioritize protein and muscle. After 40, muscle becomes your best friend. It burns more calories at rest, improves balance, fights aging, and makes you look like you actually lift things. No need to become a gym bro. 2 to 3 strength sessions a week, even with body weight or resistance bands, can change your body composition and your energy levels. Protein becomes more important too. Aim for quality sources: eggs, chicken, fish, legumes, Greek yogurt. And yes, protein powder if you're in a hurry. Just skip the ones that taste like chalk and sadness. Step 2. Stop chasing your 25-year-old self. You're not trying to get back to your college weight. You're building a body that works now to play with your kids, carry groceries, or just not pull a hamstring tying your shoes. Forget perfection. Aim for consistency. Movement most days of the week, even if it's just a walk. Better sleep. Hydration. If you love her joints, warm up before exercising. Step 3. Cut the crap, but not all of it. Extreme diets are like bad relationships, unsustainable, anxiety-inducing, and bound to fail. Instead, adopt the 80-20 rule. Eat mostly real, whole foods 80% of the time. Enjoy the damn pizza the other 20%. Your body and brain will thank you. Also, alcohol, your tolerance, and your liver aren't what they used to be. Moderation isn't a sign of weakness, it's wisdom. Action steps. Realistic ones. 1. Add strength training twice a week. Doesn't matter how short, just do it. 2. Track your food for 1 week. Not forever, just for awareness. Most of us underestimate calories and overestimate willpower. 3. Get at least 7 hours of sleep. Your body repairs itself at night. Don't rob it. 4. Drink more water. You're not made of coffee and IPA, mostly. Your metabolism has slowed down, sure, but your ability to adapt, evolve, and thrive, that's just getting started.
Chapter 3. Quieting the Inner Jerk. Let's talk about the roommate in your head. Another one, that snarky little jerk who says things like, "Nice try, but you're too old for that," or "Why bother? You're already behind." That guy has been freeloading in your brain for years, and it's time for an eviction notice. Who is this inner critic, anyway? He's a cocktail of fear, ego, and every voice that ever told you that you weren't enough. Sometimes he sounds like your gym teacher, sometimes your dad, sometimes your own anxiety dressed in a passive-aggressive hoodie. And the worst part, you believe him. You're not broken. You're just wired like a human. Let's normalize this. We all have an inner critic. It's a survival mechanism. The brain is designed to spot danger and prevent you from doing stupid things like poking a bear or sharing your feelings on a first date. But in midlife, this critic often gets louder. Why? Because change feels risky, and your brain would rather keep you in a comfortable rut than risk rejection, failure, or, gasp, vulnerability. Had to shut him up, or at least turn down the volume. 1. Name him. Seriously, give your inner critic a name. Gary, Doug, Chad, something ridiculous. When he starts yapping, say, "Thanks for your input, Gary, but I'm good." Creating distance helps you recognize that voice isn't you. It's just a pattern, one you can unlearn. 2. Start noticing the script. Keep a journal for a week and jot down the recurring negative thoughts. You'll be amazed at how repetitive and, frankly, boring they are. "You're not doing enough" is basically the top 40 hit of inner critics. Awareness is the first step to change. 3. Talk to yourself like a friend. If your buddy came to you at 2 a.m. with doubts about his career, body, or dating life, would you say, "Yeah, you're probably washed up"? No? Then don't say that to yourself. Practice self-compassion. It's not soft, it's strength with kindness. 4. Normalize Therapy. You're not weak for needing support. You're smart. Therapy is a tune-up for your mental engine. And at 40, that engine has seen some miles. If therapy feels intimidating, start with podcasts, books, or a trusted friend. But know this, there is zero shame in asking for help. Action steps, because you're worth it. 1. Name your inner critic. Write a short profile. What does he say? What does he sound like? 2. Practice a rebuttal. When he starts talking trash, have a ready-to-go comeback. Actually, I am doing enough. 3. Start a 5-minute journaling habit. Focus on wins, gratitude, or how you overcame something hard. 4. Schedule one mental health check-in, whether it's therapy, a long walk with a friend, or a solo coffee to reflect. Start the habit. You are not your doubts. You're the guy who's choosing to keep going, keep growing, and finally, start having your own damn back.
Chapter 4. Career Crossroads. What now, work-life Jedi? Somewhere between the 4th Monday morning in a row where you stared blankly at your inbox and that one meeting that could have been an email, it hit you. I can't do this for another 20 years. Welcome to the Career Crossroads. Whether you're burnt out, bored, or secretly Googling how to start a whiskey distillery, this chapter is your permission slip to pause and reevaluate what the hell you're doing with your work life. The mid-career drift. The thing about success is that it's seductive. You spend years building something, a title, a team, a reputation, and one day you realize you built it all on autopilot. You're successful by everyone else's definition, except your own. This is not failure. This is growth knocking on your cubicle wall. 3 flavors of midlife career fields. 1. The burnout bro. You've given everything to your job, and now you're running on caffeine and resentment. 2. The plateau guy. You're good at what you do, but you're not growing anymore. It's just fine, which is code for soul numbing. 3. The dream deferred. You never really pursued what you wanted to do, and now you're wondering if it's too late. Spoiler, it's not. Pivot, stay, or reinvent. Let's break it down. Option 1, the micro pivot. Stay in your industry, but change your role, focus, or environment. Same skills, new flavor. Example, go from corporate to startup, or from execution to leadership. Option 2, the soft exit. Start something on the side, freelance, write, consult, invent artisanal beef jerky, and see if it's worth scaling. Option 3, burn it down, but smartly. A full career change. Scary? Sure. Impossible? Nope. It takes planning, humility, and a willingness to be a beginner again. But also, it could save your damn soul. Stop measuring success with old metrics. Money matters, but it's not the only scoreboard. At 40, fulfillment, autonomy, and time become the real currency. Ask yourself, do I feel respected? Am I challenged in a good way? Can I be myself here? Do I leave work feeling drained or energized? The answers matter more now than ever. The ego problem. One of the biggest barriers to change is ego. You've built a reputation. You're known as the marketing guy or the finance dude. Changing paths feels like surrendering status. But here's a secret. Reinvention isn't a step backward. It's a power move. The LinkedIn lie. Don't get sucked into thinking everyone else has it all figured out. People lie on LinkedIn like it's their job. You're seeing curated wins, not the 3 a.m. panic attacks and impulse resume rewrites. Action steps, aka professional soul CPR. 1. Audit your career story. What were the best moments? The worst? Where did you feel most alive? 2. Talk to 3 people who've pivoted. You'll gain perspective and confidence. 3. Start learning. Take a class, read a book, watch a YouTube rabbit hole, feed curiosity. 4. Polish your LinkedIn or resume.
Even if you're not job hunting, get your narrative in order. You never know. 5. Define your new metrics. What does success mean to you now? You still got decades of work ahead. Make it count. The next version of your career might not look like anything you expected, and that's the best part.
Chapter 5, Love, Sex, and Relationships. Oh my! Let's talk about the other midlife minefield, relationships. Maybe you're happily married, but wondering what date night even means anymore. Maybe you're divorced and dipping your toe into the dating pool, which now comes with apps, emojis, and people who ghost you. Or maybe you're just trying to figure out how not to screw things up with the person who stuck with you through every awkward beard phase. Welcome to Chapter 5, where we get real about romance, sex, connection, and what it means to love like a grown-ass man. Marriage, more than just roommates with Wi-Fi. Let's start here. If you're married or in a long-term relationship, midlife can hit it like a rogue wave. You're juggling work, bills, parenting, and the general chaos of life, and suddenly, intimacy looks a lot like binge-watching Netflix and separate offies. But here's the deal. Intimacy doesn't disappear. It just evolves. It's less about grand gestures and more about intentional effort. Revive the vibe checklist. Ask actual questions, not just, did you pick up milk? Schedule sex. No, seriously. Surprise each other. Tiny things count. Put your phone down. Engage. Make eye contact. Marriage at 40 plus is less about butterflies and more about choosing to show up again and again. Divorce or breakups, the reboot you didn't ask for. If you're newly single, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Dating after 40 is weird. It's like being thrown back into the pool, but now you have knee pain and standards. The good news is you got wisdom, experience, and hopefully better judgment. The weird news is there are dating apps, there will be ghosting, and someone may send you an unsolicited picture of their feet. Dating survival tips. Lead with authenticity. Your cool guy act is transparent and also exhausting. Know what you want and what you won't tolerate. Don't date just to avoid loneliness. Date because you like yourself enough to want company. Remember, baggage is normal. Just make sure yours is carry-on size. Sex, it's not over. It's just different. Let's address the pelvic elephant in the room. Your libido might be different. Things might not work quite the way they used to. Welcome to the age of humility and lube. Here's the truth. Great sex after 40 is absolutely possible. It just requires communication, self-awareness, and sometimes a little help from modern science. Yes, we're talking about that little blue pill if needed. No shame. Sex Reboot Toolkit. Talk about it with your partner, with your doctor. Prioritize emotional intimacy. It fuels physical connection. Try new things. Seriously. Explore responsibly. Focus on presence over performance. Emotional connection is the new aphrodisiac. Want to be irresistible? Learn to be emotionally available. No, that doesn't mean sobbing during rom-coms unless that's your thing. Own it. It means listening, sharing how you actually feel, and being a safe space for your partner to do the same. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's foreplay. Friendship and community in romantic life. One of the biggest killers of romantic connection is isolation. Not just from your partner, but from having no one else to talk to. Maintain friendships. Have people you can vent to, laugh with, or just text memes to. Don't expect one person to be your everything. That's pressure, not love. Final word on love at 40 plus. Love in your 40s is less about fantasy and more about depth. It's not about chasing fireworks. It's about building a damn campfire and tending it every day. It might not always be sexy, but it can be beautiful. You're not too old.
It's not too late. And no, your heart has not expired. It's just getting better at knowing what and who it wants.
Chapter 6. Friendship, Loneliness, and the Bro Gap. Let's talk about something that doesn't get enough airplay, but quietly eats away at men in their 40s like a raccoon in the attic. Loneliness. By now, many of your friendships have thinned out, migrated across state lines, or been swallowed by the black hole of marriage, kids, and full-time adulting. Suddenly, you wake up and realize the only person you've talked to all week, outside of work, is your dog. The silent epidemic. Loneliness isn't just sad, it's a legit health risk. Studies show chronic loneliness can be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. And yet, most men don't talk about it because we were raised on mantras like, suck it up. Real men don't need help. You'll be fine. Just work harder. But guess what? You're not a robot. You're a human being who needs connection, conversation, and community. Yes, even you, bro. Why male friendships fade. Friendships in your 40s often take a hit because life gets busy, you prioritize family, work eats your soul, and you tell yourself you'll reach out next week, which becomes next year. Combine that with the fact that many men aren't taught how to maintain emotional intimacy in friendships, and boom, bro gap. Spotting the bro gap. Symptoms include text threads that haven't seen action since 2018. You miss having your guys, but don't know how to reconnect. You wonder if making new friends at 40 is just weird. Here's the truth. It's not weird. It's essential. How to rebuild the bro network. Reach out intentionally. Text someone today. Not a meme, not a yo, a real message. Hey man, how have you been? Want to catch up this week? Start something low-key. Grab coffee, watch a game, take a walk. It doesn't have to be a TED Talk. Be the inviter. Everyone's waiting to be asked. Be the one who initiates. It's not needy. It's leadership. Create rituals. Monthly poker night, Tuesday workouts, first Saturday hikes, whatever works. Consistency builds connection. And open up just a little. You don't need to spill your soul on day one, but say something real. Show up as yourself, not just your job title. Making new friends at 40, it's not a myth. Join a club, take a class, talk to the other dads at soccer, volunteer, use Meetup, join a men's group. The opportunities are there. You just have to be willing to be the new guy for 5 minutes. You don't have to do this alone. Midlife doesn't have to be a solo act. You don't need 50 friends, just a few good ones who see you, support you, and will absolutely roast you for your cargo shorts. And when you invest in real connection, everything else gets better. Your mental health, your relationships, even your outlook on life. So go ahead and text the guy, grab the beer, make the plan, because 40 might feel lonely, but it doesn't have to be. Chapter 7. Redefining Success and Finding Purpose. At some point in your 40s, you start to question the scoreboard you've been playing by. Promotions, salary bumps, car upgrades. You chase them like a caffeinated squirrel for 2 decades. And now? They feel kind of mad. Welcome to the midlife redefinition. The old success script. You were sold a formula. Get the job, buy the house, marry someone attractive and reasonably sane, reproduce, climb the ladder, retire, hopefully with a boat. And maybe you did all that, or maybe you didn't. Either way, the script isn't cutting it anymore. Not because you failed, but because you grew. Purpose, not just for self-help gurus. Purpose doesn't mean selling everything to live in a van and rescue sea turtles. Unless you want to, in which case, awesome. It means doing something that feels meaningful, aligns with your values, and makes you feel alive. The good news? Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It can be coaching your kids' team,
starting a side hustle that lights you up, mentoring younger colleagues, writing that novel you shelved in your 20s, or just being someone others can come on. Redefining success, your version. Old metric, job title. New metric, joy and impact. Old metric, square footage. New metric, peace of mind. Old metric, net worth. New metric, self-worth. You're allowed to change the game. In fact, you should. The comparison trap. Instagram and LinkedIn are lying to you. People only post the wins, not the anxiety attacks, failed startups, or third therapists in 2 years. Comparing your life to a highlight reel is like judging your behind the scenes by someone else's blooper-free trailer. Stop, breathe, recalibrate. Action steps to purpose and peace. 1. Write your eulogy. Yes, really. What do you want people to say about you when you're gone? That's your compass. 2. List your core values. What truly matters to you? Freedom, creativity, integrity, humor? Know your pillars. 3. Audit your life. Where are you spending your time and energy? Does it match what you say matters? 4. Make space for meaning. Cut the fluff. Say no more. Do less. Better. 5. Take one bold step. Send an email. Book the class. Have the conversation. The path unfolds with motion. You're not behind. You're right on time for version 2.0 or 3.0 or whatever update you're on. Because success at 40 plus isn't about winning the game you started at 22. It's about choosing the game that actually matters to you now. Go ahead. Rewrite the rules.
Chapter 8. The Dad Bod and Beyond. Ah, the Dad Bod, that soft, slightly squishy badge of fatherhood, adulthood, and beer appreciation. Once joked about, now begrudgingly embraced, the Dad Bod is real, and it's here. But what do you do with it? First, let's debunk the myth. You don't have to look like a Marvel superhero at 40. You're allowed to carry some comfort weight. But here's the kicker. Health isn't about abs. It's about energy, function, and feeling good in your own skin and joints. Let's stop chasing aesthetics we never had in our 20s and start building sustainable strength, resilience, and confidence. Health over vanity. If you've been avoiding the gym because you think it's too late or too hard, good news. Your body isn't done with you yet. It just wants a new game plan. Here's what that might look like. 1. Train for life, not ego. You're not trying to bench press a Buick. Train to pick up your kids without back pain. Survive a weekend hike without wheezing. Feel good naked. Yes, still matters. 2. Eat like a grown man. No, you don't have to juice kale, but maybe dial back the midnight nachos. Focus on whole foods, stuff that once grew, walked, or swam. Protein, fiber, healthy fats. Moderation, not deprivation. Mobility matters now. Stretching isn't optional, it's survival. Add 10 minutes of mobility a day and thank yourself when you can still tie your shoes without grunting. Sleep is your superpower. Sleep isn't weakness, it's recovery, hormones, and mental health in one glorious bundle. Guard it like your Wi-Fi password. But let's talk confidence. Your body changes. Gravity wins a few battles. But confidence, that's ageless. And it comes from knowing your worth, taking care of yourself, wearing clothes that fit. Seriously, stop punishing your torso and giving fewer damns about what others think. Don't punish, empower. You're not working out because you hate your body.
You're doing it because you respect it, because it's gotten you this far, because it deserves to keep going strong. What if you've let things slide? Welcome to the club. Start today. Small steps, zero shame. A walk after dinner. Push-ups during Netflix. Swapping soda for water. Progress is personal, and the only competition is who you were yesterday. Bottom line, dad bod, but make it legendary. The dad bod isn't a curse, it's a checkpoint. A reminder to take care of yourself, not for aesthetics, but for legacy, for vitality, for fun, for the long game. Because sexy at 40 isn't about shredded abs. It's about being the guy who shows up, lifts others up, and doesn't give up. So yeah, rock the dad bod, but also own your power. You've still got a lot of flex left in you.
Chapter 9. Finding joy again in hobbies, risk, and doing new shit. Somewhere along the way, between mortgage payments, tax prep, and binge watching shows you don't even like, you lost a key part of yourself. Joy. You know that giddy, curious, holy crap, this is awesome feeling. Yeah, it's not gone. It's just hiding under the laundry pile of adulthood. Let's go find it. First, admit you're bored. If your day feels like a reoccurring episode of Groundhog Day, you're not alone. But here's the twist. Boredom isn't laziness. It's your soul gently whispering, yo, let's mix this up. Joy doesn't just happen, you make it. And yes, it's totally okay if you have no idea where to start. Step 1. Channel your inner 10-year-old. Think back. What did you love before responsibility mugged you? Building stuff? Draw superheroes? Racing bikes down dangerous hills? Pretending to be a ninja? Cool. Now go be a grown-up version of that kid. Build furniture. Draw comics. Ride bikes. Take a martial arts class. Just play again. Step 2. Try something weird. Newness is fuel. Your brain lights up when it's confused in a good way. So, take a salsa class, even if you have 2 left knees. Learn to play the guitar badly. Try paddleboarding, axe throwing, woodworking, stand-up comedy, whatever isn't your usual jam. You don't need to be good. You just need to be interested. Step 3. Make room for risk. Calculated risk, not base jumping. Think starting a podcast, launching a side hustle, traveling solo, speaking up when you usually don't. Risk reminds you you're alive. It wakes up that part of you that forgot you're still capable of surprise, including surprising yourself. Step 4. Find your people. Joy is contagious. Join a group, a class, a league. Make awkward small talk until it isn't awkward anymore. Community isn't just for kids and churches. You need it too. Step 5. Be a beginner. Being bad at something is the first step to being okay at it. And being okay is often more than enough to feel awesome. Let go of the pressure to dominate, monetize, or optimize. Just enjoy. Bottom line, play isn't optional. You weren't built to grind, Netflix, and repeat. Play isn't a luxury. It's mental and emotional CPR. It reminds you that life is supposed to be fun sometimes. So, go do something new, ridiculous, or joyful. No reason needed. No performance review coming. Your joy muscle might be out of shape, but it's still there. Time to flex it.
Chapter 10. Legacy, Wisdom, and Becoming the Silver Fox Sage of Your Circle. Here's the truth. You've been around the block a few times. Maybe you've crashed a couple of metaphorical or literal mopeds. But now you're entering the Silver Fox era, and not just in hair. This is where you stop chasing and start anchoring, where you move from proving yourself to improving others. You've got wisdom now, earned it the hard way, through wins, losses, face plants, and the occasional therapy session. Time to use it. What is a legacy, really? Forget the mansion, the $1 million trust fund, or the company named after you. Legacy isn't what you leave behind, it's what you pass on. It's the advice you give your kids when they ask, and especially when they don't. The way you show up for your friends, the example you set in how you live, love, and lead, and the comfort you bring simply by being a calm, grounded presence. Step into your sage role. You don't need a staff and a long beard, unless you're into that, but you do need to own your wisdom and share it. Mentor someone younger. You've made mistakes. Help someone else avoid the same ones. Write it down. Your stories matter. Journaling, blogging, even voice memos. Someone someday will be grateful. Teach what you know. Skills, insights, humor. Pass it on. Live like you mean it. Your life is still teaching others, even when you're not talking. But don't get boring. Sages aren't dusty. They're dangerous in the best way, a little unpredictable, still curious, still growing, still capable of changing someone's day with one comment or eyebrow raise. You still got edge. Don't sand it off. Own the silver. Yes, the gray hair, the laugh lines, the distinguished vibes. Embrace it. The goal isn't to look 30. It's to own 40 plus with swagger, self-assurance, and a really good moisturizer. You're the rock now. People will look to you for guidance, for calm, for permission to feel what they feel. Don't run from that. Lean in. The world needs more men who know who they are and are kind about it. Bottom line, be the guy future you would admire. You're not fading, you're refining. The best version of you is still unfolding. And your wisdom, it's not just for you, it's a light. Let it shine, share it generously, and don't be afraid to laugh while doing it. Welcome to the Silver Fox Age era, brother. Own it.
So here we are, at the end of this slightly sarcastic, occasionally sentimental, unexpectedly motivating ride. You've hit 40, and maybe you started this book thinking it was all downhill from here. But now, hopefully, you see that this isn't a cliff. It's a launch pad, a real one. Not the kind that needs a vision board and a juice cleanse. Just you, your experience, your grit, your sense of humor, and your refusal to believe that your best days are behind you. You're not broken, you're breaking open to more freedom, more clarity, more choices, more you. Here's what midlife really is. A chance to edit the story, to let go of who you were supposed to be and embrace who you actually are. Dad jokes, thinning hair, weird hobbies, unexpected wisdom, and all. So take a deep breath. Take the pressure off. Take that trip, that risk, that nap,